want to quickly get in a word from Joyita, if I can. Joyita, interesting numbers there in Telangana. We see that the resort politics is probably going to come back in the state of Telangana. Jayaprakash standing there outside the resort already, where the Congress party is hoping to station some of its MLAs to keep them safe. But as far as the numbers are concerned right now, yes, they want to get 70 and over 70. That will be, of course, an emphatic victory for the Congress party. But at 66, is there any scope? I mean, even if the BRS were to get numbers from here and there, where exactly from? It's not like the BRS and the BJP will join hands in Telangana. And as far as the others are concerned, they're just at a 2 right now.
Well, the thing is that, you see, there is no way that we can talk about, I mean, resort politics. We should not be talking about it as yet, because if these numbers hold, Congress is home and dry. The thing is that it is kind of the 66, 60 is the number. So, if resort politics, if there is a talk about horse trading and all, maybe that may happen later, much later, during the tenure of the government. That is why Jayaprakash was talking about ideally they should be getting over 70. But you see, I am totally what I am witnessing here, and which I had heard also, and this is actually happening, that, you know, when you are looking at the community wise voting, why has Congress's numbers gone up in such a way? And what is most fascinating is the MIM number, which is, if it is 3, that means MIM has lost a huge chunk of its community voters to Congress. If this Congress, you see, this is what exactly I had heard, that the most interesting thing, and it is not just happening in Telangana, it is happening in North India, it is happening in different parts of South India. The Muslim vote, the minority vote is moving towards Congress, which will have repercussions for the regional parties like, say, Samajwadi Party. It is having a repercussion in front of our eyes on BRS, on AIMIM. It is going to have a, you know, the quote unquote the so-called secular parties, they are all in trouble. We will have to see how Mamata, I think Mamata is right now in a safe place, but yes, this vote, if it starts shifting towards Congress, thinking the Congress is the only party that is in a position to defeat the BJP, this will have ramifications in the Lok Sabha elections. So, frankly, it's done and dusted for Congress in Telangana, but what I am totally fascinated by is that other figure.
Absolutely, and you're right about that, Priya. As Joyita was also pointing out, you know, AIMIM has had an iron grip over Hyderabad as both a Lok Sabha constituency, and then when it becomes 7 seats in the assembly, that figure literally coming down to a 3. Is that a worrying situation for an Asaduddin Owaisi, who, let's face it, only has that one particular seat and those few numbers in Telangana? It's not like it's a major regional player in any other state specifically. And also, at the end of the day, the BRS, is this very concerning now for a K. Chandrasekhar Rao, who has for the past many years tried to position himself as a national leader? What is he going to do with these numbers? If you can't even maintain your own state, how do you then position yourself as a national leader?
No, absolutely. That's a very good point, Devika. Exactly. That's what even, we were discussing earlier, that is this the end of the road for BRS? Just at the time when he announced himself, his national ambitions, the state is let him down. He doesn't even have a state to back him. Is this, regional parties, especially, there is a message there, of course, though it is only coming from one state, but it is a message saying that, it's also running up for 2024, who can best take on the BJP, which is why the Congress needed to win some state in the north, any of these 3 states, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan, preferably the other big 2 states. Congress holding on to Chhattisgarh by its coattails, we can't even call it yet, but they've lost the other 2 states. So that is going to take a slight dent in the Congress's credibility to take on the BJP. So we can examine the larger picture later, but at the end of the day, for the BJP, it's a huge win, because, BJP's bastion has been Madhya Bharat. It's a Hindutva stronghold. They fought the campaign on a very strong Hindutva note, with the Prime Minister coming in, talking about Kanhaiya Lal in Rajasthan, talking about Ram Mandir in Madhya Pradesh. In Chhindwara, which is Kamal Nath's bastion, there were people in villages saying कि देखो राम का सम्मान हो रहा है, बीजेपी वैसे तो हम कांग्रेस को वोट करते हैं, लेकिन बीजेपी देखो राम जन्मभूमि कर रही है. So they were also swayed by this. So there is an emotion which the Prime Minister and the BJP have tapped into clearly on this. So these are the issues that will be a build up for the next general election. And can the Congress be the bastion of Hindutva? Because at the end of the day, it is going to come down to that. We're going to have the Ram Janmabhoomi inauguration on 24th January. That will be the kickstart of the 24 campaign. So that's something that we're going to be watching. In the south, the Congress is holding, but the Congress is not alone in the south. There is DMK in Tamil Nadu, the Karnataka and Telangana now are two big states, and Kerala.
Yes.
So I think the Congress we can say maybe is the country being divided, north for the BJP and south for the Congress in a very large sense, of course.
Okay, Jyota, I'll come to you in just a moment. GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP also joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Rao, it's a good day if you're in the BJP today. Madhya Pradesh, let's begin with that because that's been the big surprise for everyone. How exactly is the BJP now reading these numbers that we see flashing on our screens?
Certainly, I think people of different across the Hindi belt, heartland, have voted for the BJP in a big way, and the victory in Madhya Pradesh also signifies the impact of a double-engine government, how we have been able to deliver even more development in states where we are in power. So, Honorable Prime Minister's developmental agenda and delivery of development in Madhya Pradesh by Shivraj Singh Chauhan has contributed to this double impact of for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, and in Chhattisgarh, where Congress had claimed to be winning big Chhattisgarh election. We actually see a seesaw battle in Chhattisgarh. We are also confident of even winning Chhattisgarh government with the kind of numbers that are being shown on your screen. And this clearly means that wherever Congress BJP battle ensues, the BJP wins big even in state elections. So it certainly it sounds actually danger and alarm bells for the so-called India alliance, where the Congress is the pivot, and the Congress getting trounced in assembly polls certainly means it's only a sort of a semi-final. And in the final Lok Sabha polls, Congress would face even a bigger defeat, where Prime Minister Modi would be a much bigger factor being a national election.
Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao, yes, Prime Minister Modi, and of course the credit the party will of course extend to him and his presence in the state and his campaigning. But for Madhya Pradesh, a key question remains, is Shivraj Chauhan then returning as Chief Minister? We've seen him very visible since morning, and rightly so. He's managed to sweep the state for the party. Is he coming back as Chief Minister? That's the big question that everybody's asking.
I think no one should have unwarranted worries on this score. It's the BJP parliamentary party. We have a system where the BJP parliamentary party decides on the leaders either before the elections or post elections. So this is purely an internal matter for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and a right call will be taken very soon, and media will be informed. But certainly performance of Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has contributed to the victory in Madhya Pradesh, and delivery of various developmental programs of Honorable Prime Minister, and the overall image of the Prime Minister has contributed to the massive victory in Madhya Pradesh. But the BJP leadership will decide at an appropriate time about leadership in all the states. So that's not going to be any concern for the BJP at all.
And GVL Narasimha Rao, at the same time, what do you think has then worked out for the BJP in Rajasthan? I'll come to Chhattisgarh in just a moment, but what really has worked out in Rajasthan? Because again, in Rajasthan, we've not seen a very clear face or a clear leader that has been propped up by the BJP for the state. That question still remains hanging. Who will be coming in as Chief Minister if the BJP does manage to maintain these numbers that we currently see on our screens? But what do you think has worked out for the BJP?
No, we have a fairly large lead. I think we have a 40-seat lead over the Congress as of now, what we see in the lead. So certainly the BJP is coming back to power in Rajasthan with a significant majority, and there is no doubt about that. But certainly the result, the victory is on account of two factors. One, performance of the central government and impact of various developmental programs in the states on the one hand, and the general disarray and also a general malgovernance of the Congress party in Rajasthan.
Okay.
So I think it's a combination of these two factors.
Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao, I'll come back to you in just a moment. Raman Singh, your former Chief Minister, speaking in. Let's quickly listen in.
को मोदी जी की गारंटी जनता ने उस पर भरोसा किया, भूपेश की बातों पर भरोसा नहीं किया। ये प्रथम चरण के रुझान में स्पष्ट दिख रहा है और ये निश्चित रूप से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए और राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व का आशीर्वाद मिला और हम जीत की ओर बढ़ेंगे।
छत्तीसगढ़ में आपको सबसे ज्यादा भरोसा, आप सबसे मुखर होकर बोले कि हम जीत रहे हैं, भूपेश पे भरोसा लोगों का कम हो गया। और सबसे बड़ी बात, गृह मंत्री ने आप पर भरोसा जताया था। आपको अंडर करंट पता था सर कैसा हो रहा है?
अंडर करंट दिख रहा था और इतना बड़ा अंडर करंट होगा इसका एहसास सामान्यतः लोगों को नहीं हो पा रहा था, मगर मैं इस बात को लगातार रिपीट कर रहा था। मेरी बात को लोग भरोसा कितना करते हैं मैं नहीं जानता, मगर मैं मीडिया के माध्यम से रोज बोल रहा था, एक ही बात को रिपीट पर रिपीट कर रहा था कि जबरदस्त अंडर करंट है और भूपेश को छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता रिजेक्ट कर चुकी है, उसके चेहरे को हराना चाहती है।
सर, आप बैकफुट पे थे एकदम से, क्योंकि आपको क्या लगता है क्या गेम चेंजर रहा जो आप अचानक से जो बिल्कुल बैकफुट पे थे अचानक से लीड करते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं? तो ऐसी कौन सी गेम चेंजर पॉलिसीज थी, किस तरह से इसको मोबिलाइज किया आपने पूरे कैडर को?
नहीं, लीड डॉक्टर रमन ने नहीं किया, लीड पूरे सामूहिक नेतृत्व में हमने किया। मैं भी मेहनत किया, मेरी पूरी हम सब ने किया और राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व ने इतना समय दिया। मगर जैसे ही हमारी घोषणा पत्र जारी किया हमने और वो घोषणा पत्र में मोदी जी की गारंटी उसमें लग गया, उसके बाद जनता को 100% भरोसा हो गया कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी जो कहती है उसको करती है और मोदी जी की बात पे। और 15 साल, फिर मैं रिपीट करूंगा, 15 साल जो डेवलपमेंट के काम हमने किया था विकास के, उस काम को भी मुहर लगाया।
क्या आपको लगता है कि जो करप्शन था, जो भूपेश बघेल ने जो किया था लगातार एक के बाद एक करप्शन की जो चीजें सामने निकल करके आ रही थी, उसने भी बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किया? बहुत
बड़ा मुद्दा था भूपेश बघेल के करप्शन और लगातार वो शराब की घोटाला हो, कोयला का घोटाला हो, महादेव ऐप का मामला हो, पीएससी में भर्ती में युवकों के साथ छल किया गया वो घोटाला हो, महिलाओं के साथ जो उस प्रकार से वादा खिलाफी किया गया वो बातें हैं। इन बातों को लेकर लोग भूपेश के चेहरा को बदलना चाहते थे।
एक बात ये सामने आ रही थी सर, एक बात ये सामने आ रही थी कि बीजेपी जो है शहरों में अच्छा करेगी, लेकिन गांव में क्योंकि किसानों तक उनका पेनिट्रेशन इतना अच्छा नहीं है, तो क्या आपको लगता है कि आपकी जो योजनाएं हैं और जो आपकी बातें हैं वो ग्रामीण इलाकों तक भी पहुंच पाई हैं?
पूरी महिलाओं ने और युवकों ने जम के वोट दिया और किसानों ने भी समर्थन।
सर, आप 9 मंत्री पीछे हैं, अगर मौका मिलेगा मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे?
ये पार्टी का निर्णय है, पार्टी जिसको भी जवाबदारी देगी। हम लोग एक सामान्य कार्यकर्ता हैं, जब जैसी जो जवाबदारी दी गई उसका पालन किया, आगे जैसे पार्टी का निर्देश होगा और जिसको भी जवाबदारी दी जाएगी सब मिलके उसको छत्तीसगढ़ में एक बेहतर सरकार बनाने का काम करें।
आप चौथी बार ये जिम्मेवारी संभालने के लिए तैयार हैं?
मैं कहता हूं ना, पार्टी मुझे हमेशा, मैंने कभी मांगा नहीं है। पार्टी जब जब जो जो जवाबदारी दी है उसका क्रियान्वयन मैं करता रहा हूं। आगे क्या जवाबदारी देगी पार्टी के नेता तय करेंगे।
ये 9 मंत्री पीछे चल रहे हैं अभी,
ये पूरी सरकार पीछे चल रही है। जब मुख्यमंत्री 2 राउंड में पीछे हो गया, इसका मतलब ये बता दिया कि जनमत उनके खिलाफ।
दावे कर रहे थे, कई तरह के दावे थे, 75 पार तो आपने अभी भी कहा है।
75 की बात कर रहे थे और मैं कल भी आपको कहा था, मैंने आंकड़े भी बताए थे कि कांग्रेस कहां तक जाएगी और वो 40 भी क्रॉस नहीं कर पाएगी।
You've had it. That is Raman Singh. Now he has to his record been 3 times the chief minister. He might become a 4th time chief minister. We don't know. But it is looking exceedingly good. Look at the figure of Chhattisgarh on the bottom right of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. 52 now for the BJP leads. That is now increasingly looking like a BJP win in Chhattisgarh. It looks for sure a BJP win in Rajasthan. Madhya Pradesh is done and dusted. The BJP going with a 70-seat lead, almost near 2/3 majority in Madhya Pradesh, and Telangana now seem to have been sealed in the Congress's favor. GVL Narasimha Rao still with us, sir. Rishabh in the studio. Let me quickly come back to you. On Chhattisgarh, sir, will you accept that this is a surprise? That even the BJP wasn't expecting this stronger performance in Chhattisgarh?
Until 3 months ago, I think we thought the Congress was quite strong and could come back to power. Until 3-4 months ago, that was possibly an assessment. But certainly in the last couple of months, the BJP certainly saw a huge upsurge in our prospects, and it doesn't come as a surprise to the BJP leadership, either who were on the ground in Chhattisgarh or the leadership who were monitoring it. But it's only the media hype which actually created some sense of invincibility for the Congress party in Chhattisgarh. But the BJP leadership at the grassroots level and in the who were mending Chhattisgarh affairs, they were always clear that we had hugely made gains in the last couple of months and we could come to power.
Sir, you know, the Congress guys always say that you media always predict BJP winning everywhere. You are saying we always predict Congress winning everywhere. But let me frame this into a question. 5 years ago, sir, you lost all these 3 states. You came back to power in Madhya Pradesh, but the BJP wasn't the single largest party. You just fell short. 0.5% in Rajasthan. You had a 0.3% vote share lead in Madhya Pradesh, but you lost out on those extra few seats. Chhattisgarh was a sweep for the Congress. But when it came to the Lok Sabha elections 5 months later, Rajasthan went cent percent BJP. Now, are you a bit concerned that if fortune is changing, that 5 months later might be a different picture as well?
No, on the contrary, because even in this result, there is some positivity, there is huge impact of the Prime Minister's leadership in the state polls. Come Lok Sabha elections, I think whatever one odd seats we may have lost in these states, I think Chhattisgarh Congress won possibly 4 in the last election. It will be a 100% result for us in all the 3 states in 2024. And this also signals the kind of result that the BJP could get in the rest of the Hindi heartland. Certainly in the southern states, though we have made big improvement in Telangana, we still have a lot of ground to cover in Telangana. But the good news and the bad news in the Congress victory in Telangana is that it will be a BJP versus Congress battle in Telangana as well. And the higher the number of seats or states where we are pitted against the Congress, the greater would be the BJP's gains or victory in parliament polls. We have seen this in the past. As you rightly mentioned, 25 out of 25 in Rajasthan, 26 out of 26 in Gujarat, 28 out of 29 in Madhya Pradesh. This is the kind of a near 100% strike rate that we have against the Congress. So today's results clearly mean that these states will help us win additional 15 seats in 2024. So that's the kind of good news for us, not only winning 3 states today, getting additional 15 parliamentary seats from the batch of states that went to polls today.
Okay, so you think
that have went for counting
additional
today.
Because, of course, the BJP, for people who don't know this, GVL Narasimha Rao, before he was member of parliament, of course, and still does a lot of election analysis for his party. So he's a person who's deep into the maths of this. I have to ask you about Telangana, sir. Sitting at 1, you're probably going to get 7 or 8. I know you would have wanted 10, but 7 and 8 will do. I know you'll be micro and analyzing the vote percentage, hoping it slipped up to the 10% mark. But in Telangana, would you have preferred that KCR had hung in there, that your performance had improved, but KCR would have hung in there and denied Congress a win today?
No, I don't think we have any such preferences. We certainly wanted to come to power even in Telangana. It's not that we fought to be in the third rank in the sweepstakes. But for us, a Congress victory today, it makes us our victory in the next parliament elections and possibly even a pitch in for the next assembly polls better. Because for us to fight a local a regional party on some issues is difficult than fighting the Congress party. Today we unseated Congress party in Rajasthan, almost unseated Congress in Chhattisgarh. So next time, watch my words, we will unseat Congress in Telangana as well. So that will help us actually expand our footprint. Though in the interim, Congress makes a gain by getting one state on their list of states, but in the longer run, it will help the BJP to expand its footprint.
Okay, GVLji, before I let you go, one quick question. Mallikarjun Kharge has just called a meeting of the India bloc on the 6th of December. Now, in your prediction, does this make your life a lot easier? And do you then suspect the Congress's dependence on the India alliance, therefore more chaos, less leadership, increases going ahead, come tomorrow, come day after?
No, I doubt with this kind of result today, the Congress will actually be able to get all the parties to this so-called India table. You will see the effect of this as soon as this meeting is called. And you will see even the effect of this in the session that begins tomorrow, Parliament session. A Congress party might actually put up a brave face today, but today's election results actually sound a death knell to the India bloc. And they have lost their 2024 election today.
Okay. GVL Narasimha Rao, congratulations and best wishes for going ahead. GVL Narasimha Rao, Member of Parliament of Bharatiya Janata Party, beaming smile because it's been a good day. Honestly, he would have been hoping at the higher end of expectations in his analysis, and I think the higher end of the expectations have certainly been met everywhere, certainly in Madhya Pradesh, certainly in Rajasthan, and certainly now in Chhattisgarh, which of course takes us to the more difficult conversation which we will have to have with Swati ji. Swati ji, I know it's much easier to talk when there is good news in the bank in the majority of the states. You have some good news coming your way from Telangana, but I'm sure it's disappointment in Rajasthan and 100% sure it's disappointment in Chhattisgarh. You had some momentum, ma'am. Himachal was close, but it was a win. Karnataka was more than a win. You delivered a state in which you didn't have to rely on a partner like the JDS. And there was a lot of enthusiasm about these elections. So how are you feeling now?
I'll just go state by state for that matter. Telangana, which we are not discussing much, but if you see there, we've beaten a regional party, and beating a regional party is a great milestone. We've come after 10 years. We've come after 10 years after the state was created. It took us 10 years, but finally we are here and we have been let in. So beating a regional party and coming into a state is a different ballgame altogether. It's a different victory altogether. Now coming to Chhattisgarh, your numbers are showing something else, whereas what we have internally is still, we are very, we don't agree with what numbers are being projected on television right now. We'll wait for some time. You wait and you see how the numbers even on your screen are going to change, because we are still quite confident about Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
Now Rajasthan, while you say that we lost, of course the numbers are showing that. But what we have done and what we've achieved so far, even if we go by your numbers of 69 and 115, as I see on your screen, 115 and 69. Now 69 is a great number for second term. We pick up Rajasthan election. Second term, they've always have been very low numbers. So for us to even to get 69, 70 so far, the margin is a great achievement. It's a great election that we have contested. Now when you go to Madhya Pradesh, well, yes, that has definitely been very, very good. We were not expecting this at all. So yes, Madhya Pradesh has been disappointing. Chhattisgarh, we are extremely hopeful, and we will see how the numbers change. Rajasthan, we are extremely happy. We are very happy with the performance that's already come in. And of course, Telangana, we are celebrating.
Okay, just stay with me. I'm coming straight back to you. My colleague Megha is on the ground. I'm told at the BJP office in Jaipur. Megha, what's the sight and sounds over there? I'm assuming the party is started.
Okay, I'm hardly able to hear you. There's a lot of noise in the background. We're getting to know right now. We already know the Union Minister for Jal Shakti, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, is already inside. He's holding these high-level talks with Arun Singh. There is also Mr. Joshi that is also present over there. He's the BJP chief. We are now also getting to know that there is going to be Prahlad Joshi, who's going to be arriving in Rajasthan, in Jaipur anytime now. We are also getting to know that there's going to be Arjun Ram Meghwal, who's the Union in Jaipur in any short moment now. So we are tracking them all. It's a foregone conclusion that BJP has won in Rajasthan. Obviously, the halfway mark is going to be crossed very, very soon. The difference between the Congress and the BJP, the number of seats, is going to be important to note, because that is going to then decide whether it is going to be Vasundhara Raje that is going to then become the chief minister, or is the BJP High Command going to pick up another of its tall leaders to then form the government and become the chief minister. Now, if there is a massive majority of, say, 135 and more, then it means that Vasundhara Raje's chances of being the chief minister might become slimmer. But if it's a close call between the BJP and the Congress, and if it's a win like 105, 110, then the likelihood of Vasundhara Raje being a regional satrap is going to be outshining the BJP High Command strategy for Rajasthan.
Okay, Megha, it looks like it's going to be a long evening because you're bang on. I completely agree with your assessment. Yeah, I completely agree with your assessment. So those are the figures. Joyita, quickly come in here. So the reason Prahlad Joshi, Arjun Ram Meghal, as well as Gajendra Shekhawat, currently cabinet colleagues at the centre, the reason they are sitting down is exactly on this. They have to now lock down on a name, and let's not kid ourselves. They'll be in urgent conversation. Joyita, I'm assuming that the centre already has a name in mind.
Yes, I think so.
And it's probably not Vasundhara Raje.
It's definitely not Vasundhara Raje. In fact, that was one of the reasons why she was sulking throughout and was not campaigning, and her supporters were saying if Vasundhara Raje had been brought to the forefront, BJP would have perhaps won 120. Now they were talking about a situation where they became neck and neck. Both Congress and BJP were falling short of the majority mark, and the independents and the rebels, who are basically from either the Gehlot camp or the Vasundhara camp.
Why risk trouble in front of a even more important election 5 months from now and upset Vasundhara? Maybe she can't influence enough to topple this government. Maybe she's not going to topple this government like Jyotiraditya did. But it could be an inconvenience. Why take that risk? What's the point?
If you are BJP, I would say by quote-unquote sidelining Vasundhara, BJP took a risk in this election as well.
Yeah.
And that the BJP has won is in spite of Vasundhara.
So it's probably Shekhawat?
Yes.
Shekhawat in the lead?
I do not know.
Or it
I'm
could be a
hearing
mystery
all
candidate.
sorts
BJP,
of.
BJP can be
It's
anyone.
all sorts. I mean, this is something, the decision will ultimately be taken right at the top with the RSS and the BJP. So, I mean, I do not think even Mr. Meghwal or Mr. Shekhawat, anyone knows who the chief minister will be.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a phone call, and that decision has probably already been made.
Yes.
And don't buy into this. We hold legislative party meetings and elect a leader. Everybody knows who the leader is going to be before that meeting is held. Quickly, before I come back to Madhya Pradesh and discuss this, my colleague Pia is also standing by. She has a lot of the data on the wins and leads. Pia, I'm just coming to you. Let's head down to Telangana, where my colleague Madhu is standing by. Madhu, it now seems to be a foregone conclusion. Congress government is about to be formed in Telangana. What is the buzz on the ground now? What's happening?
So, well, Rishabh, Congress party is leading in more than 61 seats, and right now I'm here in Gandhi Bhavan. You can see the celebrations have already begun here in Gandhi Bhavan, and Congress party thinks that they'll win at least 80 to 85 seats. It's what Congress party believes, and also the promises which are guaranteed by the Congress party are likely to be fulfilled, and Congress party has promised to give it to the people within 100 days of this. And the major things for the KCR's fallback is because the rebranding of Telangana Rashtra Samiti to Bharat Rashtra Samiti was not very wise decision after all. Last year the party changed its name potentially, and it was very still unclear why KCR decided to contest from 2 assembly seats for many. It also came across a sign of insecurity. The opposition played their part, publicizing the argument that he was losing from the traditional seat, and also there is a golden period, Rishabh, if you not to forget the political canvassing too. The Congress got the first mover advantage, advantage for the BRS party, Congress party, and also the KCR who is contesting from the Kamareddy. There also Revanth Reddy seems to be taking in lead, and also the pulse here on the ground, Rishabh, is very clear that Congress is going to form a government, and the Manikrao Thakre, AICC leader and Telangana in charge said that.
Where is the incumbent chief minister? Where is KTR? Where is Kavita? How are they digesting all of this?
Well, Rishabh, indeed, Kavita, KTR and KCR are, in Pragati Bhavan, the CMO. They are all, taking this, and no BRS leader has answered, our call. No BRS leader has given any statement here. But we hope that Congress will maintain, but we see that Congress will maintain this lead at least after, 10 rounds of the election, 10 rounds of counting. And also one point that I'd like to point out here, Rishabh, which is, it was very widely, though, the KCR went soft on the Prime Minister and BJP during the public meeting in his speeches, which did little counter to the Congress allegation that BJP and BRS were together. It seemed to have an impact on the minority voters as well in the state. We see that AIMIM is also in the lead with 7 seats is what we are picking on the ground. And in rural, which has 60% of the majority of the population, which is now in support of the Congress party. Nalgonda district, where Uttam Kumar Reddy is in the lead. Khammam district, where Tumala Nageshwar Rao is in the lead. Mahbubabad district, where Srinivas Nayak is in the lead. Kodangal, where Revanth Reddy is in the lead. Madhira constituency, where Bhatti Vikramarka is in the lead. Kamareddy, where CM KCR is also contesting. There, Revanth Reddy, everywhere, it is the Congress party which is in lead. BRS party seems to have no ground in
Dipstick test as we speak on the numbers, because that's where it comes down. The Chhattisgarh flight is now 47 to 42, so it is still so close to call. In Rajasthan, the chapter now seems to be closed. The BJP has an near unassailable lead over the Congress. The Congress ain't finding 45 seats in the next couple of hours. The BJP majority indeed might come down, but the flip is unlikely to happen. And in Madhya Pradesh, it is now nearing 2/3 majority sweep for the Bharatiya Janata Party. 157 leads, nearing in on the 160 mark. This will be equivalent to what they managed to do 10 years ago when Shivraj Singh Chauhan came in as a third-time Chief Minister with a thumping majority. Let me hop across to my colleague Pia. She's got some leads and trails for us. Pia, take it away.
Indeed, we're taking a look at Chhattisgarh, where incumbent Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel is leading from his constituency in Patan, but his opponent Vijay Baghel of the Bharatiya Janata Party is right now trailing. The margin of votes barely 164. T.S. Singh Deo, incumbent Deputy Chief Minister, leading from Ambikpur. Meanwhile, Arun Sao of the BJP is leading from Lormi. Another crucial face is Raman Singh, of course, of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's leading from Rajnandgaon. But apart from this, Charan Das of the Bharatiya Janata Party at the moment is leading. Renuka Singh of the Bharatiya Janata Party leading at the moment from Bharatpur Sonhat constituency. So this is of course the key faces that we're bringing to you. Gomti Sai of the BJP leading from Patalgaon in Chhattisgarh, and Jai Singh Agrawal of the Congress leading in Korba. So this is what VIP faces and their status looks like in Chhattisgarh right now. Back to you.
Okay, thanks for that quick update. Meanwhile, in other places, you saw Narendra Tomar, others, lot of union ministers, Lok Sabha MPs. I mean, Gomti, for example, is a BJP member of parliament who's being made to go back and fight assembly elections. So a lot of bypolls are about to happen. She's going to stay on as an MLA most likely because the MP term is expiring. Lots of excitement is happening here. But here we are. Dipstick test is now solidifying. Madhya Pradesh is now done. It's a thumping victory for the BJP. Pia, would you call 114 a pretty thumping win in Rajasthan as well if this holds? Priya?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said Pia.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Rishabh. No, definitely. If this holds, then it is a thumping win in Rajasthan also, because Rajasthan is a state which doesn't give sweeping wins, So a mandate, anything in this kind of numbers, I would say is a comfortable majority in terms of Rajasthan, and the BJP has reasons to go for that celebration this evening that they are planning. It's a big win for them here, Madhya Pradesh, and if Chhattisgarh is also heading their way, that's a huge mandate in favor of, and there is only one unifying factor over here, the name on whose the elections were won. We've already heard spokespersons come and give the credit to Prime Minister Modi. Clearly, he will take most of the credit, and in a way, it is also, I think, in his favor to give him his due. It has been fought on his name. He's very clearly said, MP ke man mein Modi, Modi ke man mein MP. In Rajasthan also, he was saying, you vote for me. Each and every vote should be for me. He sidelined local leaders. We criticized him for that, and now I guess we have to give him credit for that also.
Okay, well, Narendra Modi is not a person that you would think lacks electoral confidence, but today he's going to come back and have a sense of comfort, if nothing else, ending 2023. because here you have the BJP, they are 10 years into it. We still somehow think of the Modi phenomenon, which is recent. It's now 10 years into it, and they've still got what it takes. It's not like the others are not giving them a run for their money. They certainly did it in Himachal. It went badly south for the Congress this time with the Aam Aadmi Party's entry in Gujarat, but that factor wasn't present. These were straight head-to-head fights in 3 of the 4 states. And the head-to-head fights, the BJP, which ironically had lost all of these in close contests last time around, is now winning them in thumping majorities. And thumping majorities really, really matters. It takes away all the resort politics. It takes away the confusion in terms of one-upmanship in forming a chief minister. It clears the way for a decisive campaign planning for 2024, which, let's not kid ourselves, is a big deal. Now, Rajalakshmi Joshi on the broadcast with us. Rajalakshmi Joshi, the big ticket, of course, for the states is going to be who the chief minister is. But for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and I was just discussing this with GVL, you need to win cent% in Rajasthan, cent% in Madhya Pradesh. You need to win almost cent% in all the seats in Chhattisgarh. Hopefully, more seats in Telangana. You want these things to deliver if you're hoping for 300 plus come 7 months from now.
Good afternoon, Rishabh. And yes, what you're saying is right. That now, we seem to have moved on from past these results, and we are talking straight about the 2024 elections. A lot of people keep talking about it as a semi-final, but somehow I feel that, this is actually more of a morale booster, but at the same time, it does have an impact. But, in the last, in the 2018 elections, though, it was a completely different scenario with all these states not being in BJP's kitty, but now all of them seem to be going into the BJP's kitty. Now, in Madhya Pradesh, there are 29 Lok Sabha seats, in Rajasthan 25, and in Chhattisgarh 11. So, all these winning MLAs, the new the new governments that will be coming in, all of that, they will definitely impact all the electorate. And then the Modi factor has definitely become much more stronger. So it looks as if the BJP has already started with the 2024 campaign. So this the state elections was not a state election, but it was a campaign for 2024 almost. So it looks as if
but if the BJP had done badly, then we would be arguing no, it was actually just a state election, it's got nothing to do with 2024. So I know it cuts both ways, but of course, if you have thumping wins as the BJP, you got a lot more reason to be confident, not a reason to be underconfident. And that's good news. Rajalakshmi Joshi, now doesn't matter who becomes chief minister. Are we talking about that a Shivraj who's just delivered or helped deliver a thumping win? You can't take it away from him. Everybody had written him off 3 months ago. Does he get a comfortable retirement? Does he get accommodated elsewhere? How is the transition going to happen if it's not him?
Rishabh, in the BJP, what I have noticed is that they try to not give somebody too many terms, so that one is they don't become too comfortable in their position, and another thing is that people don't get bored with that person. So here, what I feel is that even if Shivraj Singh Chauhan does not retain the post of a chief minister, he is definitely getting some hefty post in the central play of things. Okay. So, that kind of a possibility is there, because quite obviously, he's the ladla of the masses now. I mean, even though...
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Priya, what's your best guess? Does Shivraj get accommodated in a post-election central government, or I suspect there's a governorship in a year or two, and that's the retirement? I don't think he comes to the center.
No, he had already vaulted coming to the center, but I don't know how much of his position has been strengthened by the sweep of the mandate. I would say that, and the fact that post is announcing the Ladli scheme, the vote did turn. In March he announced the scheme as late as March, and the vote was beginning. It's a late vote that turned. It was going the Congress way until June, July. We were thinking that it's going the Congress way. Suddenly the vote turned towards them, and that is when Shivraj Singh also came out on stage, on dais. There were these 5 Jan Ashirwad Yatras that were taken by various leaders leaders whom the centre was propping as CM faces. Shivraj Singh went on each one of them. So he pushed himself forward. He went and laid his claim to the throne. So when he's done so much, will he take it lying down? Will the RSS back him? Those are the key questions really that
All right.
asked.
Okay, good problems to have. Saurav Sikdar of the BJP is with us. Quick thoughts from you, Saurav. Congratulations, first of all. It seems like it's been a good day at the hustings, and good news for everyone, regardless of what posts people get. Are you feeling a lot more confident now for the next 5 months?
Yeah, definitely, because people has understood the benefit of double engine government, and that's what happened in Madhya Pradesh, as well as people understood the failure of Congress government in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. So if you, as you were saying that it may be take as a semi-final, so all of our workers, all of our karyakartas and the public who voted for us, they will be and other state where vote has already been completed. So now our target is Lok Sabha, and I am pretty sure that more than 2009 will get more than say in comparison of 2019.
Okay, but how is that going to happen, Saurav ji? Because let's do the mathematics, right? I mean, in Delhi, all the seats, Rajasthan, all the seats, Gujarat, all the seats, UP, almost all the seats, in Madhya Pradesh, almost all the seats, Chhattisgarh, all the seats. So it's not easy to do cent percent everywhere. So if you're going to gain, where are you going to gain from? Maybe Telangana, where do you gain from?
No, I belong from West Bengal. So West Bengal, we are going to increase at least 10 to 15 seats. Odisha, we are going to increase seats. And other state also, we are pretty confident that we will be retain what we got, and will do much better.
Okay, what does this do to the INDIA alliance according to you?
No, sir. Now from tomorrow onwards, let's see how long it exists. Because, Mamata Banerjee said, Bhupesh Baghel said, Ashok Gehlot said that after 3rd of November, it will be a game changer in Indian politics. Now they should accept it. Now it is going to be a game changer, because people only keep their faith on Modi ji's, no one else.
Okay, so let's go back, give a chance to Swati Malik to respond. Swati ji, so there are some formulas that worked good enough in Himachal, and a lot of people said you were in tune with what the voters wanted because there's a high employment on public sector jobs. Your things on pension, public sector schemes clicked there. In Karnataka, you had Mallikarjun Kharge, you had Siddaramaiah, DK Shiv Kumar, local leadership took the lead and they managed to deliver. So there seemed to be a formula that you had nailed. That formula has not now functioned. So what next? What's the next plan of action?
No, see, once the final results come out, we will be meeting, we will obviously introspect. I don't want to go on things that everyone says, I'm getting these numbers. But Mr. Kharge has already called on December 6th the India meeting. We started. We have to focus on the next election, on the general election next year. And that is where all our focus, all our strategy is going to be. It's not that we have failed. Rajasthan, only because of the welfare schemes of the government. We've not gotten these seats. We were not gotten these seats either because of the welfare schemes. Look at the vote percentage as well. We must compare the vote percentage because that becomes important aspect of every election. We forget that in the numbers of seats won. Of course, I do agree that it's seats after you win, and that's what matters. That's how you form a government. The vote percentage also will show that the public has not lost faith even in Rajasthan government after getting.
Okay, we've just lost that connection there, but I think we got the gist of the point. Rajalakshmi Joshi, your last thought before I need to take a quick break. Where does this now leave the INDI alliance? We know where it leaves Narendra Modi's BJP. where does it leave the rest of them? Because Congress's dependence on this alliance, you would think, would go up.
Rishabh, the Congress was hoping that they would be able to win, say, maybe three out of the 5 elections. So that is what they were hoping. And then that would have made them a very dominant force in the INDI alliance. So, but now I think that definitely the other parties are definitely not going to be taking their dominance, because as it is, the regional parties don't want the Congress to play a dominant part. So, so the parties like the Samajwadi Party are already showing their, they're not happy with the Congress. So all of that is definitely going to only keep increasing. Looking at these kind of figures, and I think that in Rajasthan, in fact, I am thinking that the numbers will even go even higher for the BJP.
Okay.
And so that is the way I look at it, and definitely this is not a good sign for the Congress.
Okay.
But even then,
I need to take a break. Couple of points of information. Priya wants to make a quick interjection. Go ahead.
The pictures, the visuals on the screen, it shows Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Jyotiraditya Scindia and other Madhya Pradesh leaders watching.
I think there was Tomar was there, Meghwal was there. Yeah,
okay.
they're sitting.
But the body language of Scindia was very, he is sitting very more relaxed. Assertively than Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
You know Jyotiraditya for a long period of time. That's how he generally sits. I've not seen him stressed out.
Maybe I'm reading more into it, but I think it's very telling, the body language.
Very relaxed looking Jyotiraditya Scindia. If the reverse had happened, if he had not been able to deliver his bastion and there had been a massive defeat, that was not good news for him also. Now he can go back and say that I have been vindicated that I left the Congress party and joined the BJP. The people have voted for me as much as they voted for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Maybe I'm a future chief minister. Who knows? He certainly wasn't going to get that opportunity very readily in the Congress party. So it's a happy looking, a far more relaxed looking Jyotiraditya Scindia than a Shivraj Chauhan. For
That's
sure.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
His optics are very telling.
And I think the union minister is having a cup of tea. He's going, okay, I've done my bit. All right, what I need to do, state is delivered. My boss is happy, so we are all happy. But a couple of, you can see, they're slightly nervous, Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
Exactly.
But that personality also is different. You know, it's Shivraj Singh Chauhan's personality and body language is a lot different than the former, scion of Gwalior. I think I see Ashwini Vaishnav sitting there. Yeah, Ashwini Vaishnav is sitting there. He's also got in front of a laptop, probably getting the numbers. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, quick take-up before I take a break. The others in Rajasthan is 3 for the BSP. The BAP, which is the Bharat Adivasi Party, has got 2. The CPM has got 1. Jayant's RLD has got 1. And there are 9 others and 1 RLTP. So that's the breakup of the others in Rajasthan.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.